What if your internet router could earn you crypto while you sleep? What if your car's dashcam could pay you every time it records the road? What if the spare storage on your hard drive could generate passive income every single month? This is not science fiction. This is already happening in 2026, and the technology making it possible is called DePIN, which stands for Decentralized Physical Infrastructure Networks. As of May 2026, the DePIN sector has a combined market cap of approximately $9.73 billion with over 440 active projects and more than 40 million devices connected to these networks worldwide. In January 2026 alone, leading DePIN networks generated roughly $150 million in on-chain revenue from real customers paying for real services. In this video I am going to explain exactly what DePIN is, how it works, why it is one of the most important sectors in all of crypto in 2026, the biggest projects you need to know about, and how you can actually participate and earn passive income. Let's get into it. Before we talk about specific projects, let's understand what DePIN actually is and why it exists, because understanding the problem it solves is the key to everything. DePIN stands for Decentralized Physical Infrastructure Networks. DePIN projects use blockchain technology and token rewards to crowdsource real-world infrastructure from ordinary people instead of building it through massive centralized corporations. Think about how the internet works today. When you browse the internet, your data travels through cables, servers, and data centers owned by a tiny number of giant corporations. Amazon Web Services owns approximately 1/3 of all cloud computing infrastructure in the world. Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile own virtually all of the wireless infrastructure in the United States. Google owns the data centers and servers that power most of the internet. These companies spent hundreds of billions of dollars building this infrastructure, and they charge you to use it. DePIN flips this model completely. Instead of one giant company building and owning the infrastructure, DePIN projects incentivize thousands or even millions of ordinary people to contribute their own hardware to a shared network, and in return those people earn crypto tokens automatically based on what they contribute. Here is the simplest possible example. Imagine instead of Verizon building 100,000 cell towers, a DePIN wireless network recruits 1 million people to each put a small hotspot device in their window. Together those 1 million hotspots create more coverage than any single company could build, and every person earns crypto tokens for the coverage they provide. That is the core idea behind DePIN, community-owned infrastructure rewarded with crypto. Now let's talk about exactly how DePIN works under the hood, because understanding the technology will help you understand both the opportunity and the risks. DePIN systems integrate 4 key components. The first is the hardware layer. This is the physical infrastructure, the actual devices in the real world. It could be GPU servers, wireless hotspots, hard drives, dashcams, solar panels, sensors, or any other physical hardware that contributes to the network. The second is the middleware layer. This is the software that processes data from the hardware and prepares it for the blockchain. Think of it like a translator that converts real-world activity into data the blockchain can understand. The third is the blockchain layer. This is where all contributions are tracked, verified, and rewarded. Smart contracts handle everything automatically. When your hotspot provides wireless coverage to a user, the blockchain records it and sends you tokens. No middleman, no approval process, fully automatic. The fourth is the token model. This is the economic engine of the whole system. Tokens incentivize people to contribute hardware and pay for services. The better and more reliable your contribution, the more tokens you earn. This creates what analysts call the DePIN flywheel. More hardware contributors join, the network becomes better and more useful, more users start using the network. More usage means more revenue attracts more hardware contributors, the flywheel keeps spinning and the network keeps growing. This is why DePIN networks can deploy infrastructure faster and cheaper than any corporation. In January 2026, leading DePIN networks collectively generated around $150 million in on-chain revenue. That is 800% year-over-year growth for some of the leading projects. These are not speculative numbers, these are real customers paying real money for real services. Now let's look at the 4 main categories of DePIN in 2026, because the sector covers a much wider range of real-world infrastructure than most people realize. Category 1 is compute networks. These are the hottest DePIN category in 2026 because of the massive AI-driven demand for GPU computing power. AI models need enormous amounts of computing power to train and run. And right now most of that power is controlled by Amazon, Google, and Microsoft. Compute DePIN networks create open markets where anyone with a powerful GPU can contribute computing power and earn tokens in return. The biggest project here is Render Network. Render connects studios, developers, and AI companies that need GPU power with people who have idle GPUs sitting in their computers. As of May 2026, Render is trading at approximately $1.91 with a market cap of around $966 million. Render generated $38 million in revenue in January 2026 alone, proving real product market fit. Another major compute project is Akash Network. Akash is a decentralized cloud computing marketplace where users can rent GPU power at significantly lower prices than AWS or Google Cloud. In 2026, Akash introduced its Burn Mint Equilibrium upgrade, which directly links AKT token burns to network usage. Category 2 is storage networks. These projects crowdsource hard drive space to create decentralized alternatives to Dropbox and Google Drive. The biggest player is Filecoin. With over 20 exabytes of raw storage capacity, Filecoin is the largest decentralized storage network in the world. In 2026, Filecoin has evolved beyond simple storage to become a critical data layer for AI training datasets. As of May 2026, Filecoin FIL is trading at approximately $1.09 to $1.13 with a market cap of approximately $854 to $884 million. Category 3 is wireless networks. These projects crowdsource wireless connectivity, creating decentralized alternatives to traditional telecom companies. The most famous project here is Helium. Helium is building a decentralized wireless network, and in 2026 it has become something remarkably concrete. A $20 per month consumer mobile plan that runs on a network of community-operated hotspots. Helium has over 980,000 active hotspots providing wireless coverage worldwide. Helium Mobile offers unlimited data in major U.S. cities with the network using community-deployed hotspots wherever possible and falling back to T-Mobile's network elsewhere. As of May 2026, HNT is trading at approximately $0.957. Category 4 is data and mapping networks. These projects crowdsource real-world data, maps, environmental sensors, traffic data, and AI training datasets that would cost billions to collect through centralized methods. The most exciting project here in 2026 is Grass. Grass is solving a problem most people have never thought about. You download the Grass browser extension and it uses a tiny amount of your unused internet bandwidth to browse the web, collecting data that is used to train AI models. In return, you earn Grass tokens automatically. You are essentially getting paid to let your computer contribute to AI training while you sleep. Grass rallied 28% in 24 hours in mid-March 2026 and gained 13% on the day of NVIDIA's GTC keynote as the decentralized bandwidth narrative went mainstream. Another important project in this category is HiveMapper, which is building the world's first decentralized community-owned map. Drivers attach a dashcam device to their car and earn honey tokens for mapping roads as they drive normally. Now let's talk about the biggest DePIN project by market cap in 2026 because it sits at the intersection of two of the most important crypto narratives right now, DePIN and artificial intelligence. That project is Bittenzer, whose token is TAO. Bittenzer is the largest DePIN project by market cap, creating a decentralized marketplace for artificial intelligence where miners compete to produce the best AI models and validators reward them with TAO tokens. The network is organized into subnets, each focused on a specific AI task: text generation, image generation, data scraping, prediction markets, pharmaceutical research, and more. In April 2026, Bittenzer doubled its subnet limit from 128 to 256 following reports of $43 million in Q1 2026 economic activity. This expansion targets high-throughput use cases such as Subnet 68, which recently screened 11 million drug molecules for pharmaceutical research. TAO has a hard cap of 21 million tokens just like Bitcoin and executed a halving event in December 2025, reducing daily emissions from 7,200 to 3,600 TAO. As of May 2026, TAO is trading at approximately $319 to $327 with a market cap of approximately $3 billion. Bittenzer is backed by Polychain Capital, which has invested over $200 million, and there are pending spot TAO ETF filings from Grayscale and Bitwise. the CoinGecko DePIN category shows a total sector market cap of $9.73 billion with $913 million in daily volume. Making DePIN larger than the entire Oracle sector in crypto, DePIN's edge over Oracle's is simple: it does not just deliver data, it delivers the physical infrastructure that generates the data in the first place. Now let's talk about what DePIN and AI have in common, because the connection between these two sectors is driving enormous growth in 2026, as AI keeps scaling. The demand for compute, storage, and data is growing way faster than current centralized supply can meet. AI teams need expensive GPU clusters, AI companies need massive storage for training data, AI models need fresh data from the real world to stay current. DePIN is positioning itself as the alternative layer that can supply all of these resources through decentralized open markets. Here are the specific connections: GPU compute, Render and Akash are already serving AI model training and inference workloads. AI companies that cannot get GPU access from Amazon or Microsoft are turning to these decentralized alternatives, which offer similar performance at a fraction of the cost. Storage, Filecoin is becoming a critical data layer for AI firms, scientific researchers, and blockchain applications that need reliable censorship-resistant storage. Data, Grass collects web data for AI training using participants and used internet bandwidth. Sensor networks supply environmental and real-world data that AI models need. Wireless, Helium and other wireless DePIN projects keep IoT devices online for smart city applications that feed data into AI systems. Mapping, HiveMapper provides continuously updated map data that autonomous vehicles and AI navigation systems need. As one DePIN analyst put it in May 2026, as AI keeps scaling, the demand for compute and data is growing way faster than current supply. DePIN is starting to position itself as the alternative layer. This is not just a narrative, it is reflected in real revenue, real usage, and real institutional capital flowing into the sector. Now let me give you the most important information of this video: how can you actually participate in DePIN and what are the risks you must understand before doing so? There are three main ways to participate. Way 1 is to become a hardware provider. This is the most direct way to participate. You contribute physical hardware to a DePIN network and earn tokens automatically as a reward. Here are specific examples. Render network. Connect your GPU to the network and earn render tokens for processing compute jobs. Helium. Buy a Helium hotspot device and earn HN tokens for providing wireless coverage in your area. HiveMapper. Buy a HiveMapper dashcam and earn Honey tokens for mapping roads as you drive normally. Filecoin. Become a storage provider by contributing hard drive space to the network and earning FIL tokens. Grass. Install the free browser extension and earn Grass tokens for contributing and used internet bandwidth. Way 2 is to invest in DePIN tokens. You can buy and hold DePIN tokens through major exchanges like Coinbase, Binance, and Kraken without running any hardware. Major DePIN tokens available include Render, FIL, HN, TAO, and Grass. Way 3 is to use DePIN services. Helium mobile offers a $20 per month unlimited data plan in major US cities. Using these services directly supports the DePIN ecosystem. Now the risks. Hardware investment risk. Some DePIN projects require buying physical devices costing hundreds of dollars. If the project fails or token prices crash, your hardware investment may not pay off. Token price volatility. DePIN rewards come as crypto tokens which can lose value rapidly. Location dependency. Many DePIN rewards depend heavily on your geographic location. A hotspot in a busy city may earn much more than one in a rural area. Regulatory risk. DePIN projects operate in regulated industries like telecom and energy, where new laws could restrict operations. Always start small and do thorough research before committing any significant investment to hardware. So let's bring this all together. DePIN stands for Decentralized Physical Infrastructure Networks. These are blockchain projects that use token incentives to crowdsource real-world infrastructure from ordinary people, instead of one company owning all the servers, routers, and GPU clusters. DePIN networks recruit millions of contributors who each provide a small piece of infrastructure and earn crypto tokens in return. As of May 2026, the DePIN sector has a combined market cap of $9.73 billion with over 440 active projects and more than 40 million devices connected worldwide. leading DePIN networks generated $150 million in on-chain revenue in January 2026 alone from real customers paying for real services. The four main categories are compute networks like Render and Akash, storage networks like Filecoin, wireless networks like Helium, and data and mapping networks like Grass and HiveMapper. DePIN or TAO is the largest DePIN project by market cap at approximately $3 billion, sitting at the intersection of DePIN and AI. The connection between DePIN and AI is the most powerful growth driver in the sector, as AI demand for compute, storage, and data grows faster than centralized supply can meet. DePIN networks are positioning themselves as the decentralized alternative layer. You can participate by contributing hardware, buying tokens on major exchanges, or using DePIN services like Helium Mobile. But always start small, understand the risks, and never invest more than you can afford to lose. If this video helped you understand DePIN, please hit the like button and subscribe to the Crypto Skill for more videos like this. Drop a comment below. Which DePIN project are you most interested in? Let me know.